You have family members who are just feeding you with negative news. The people in your life are just downers. You need some effective tools that are helpful to you and not hurtful to you to pull yourself out of that negative headspace when you have to make a conscious effort every single day. You're gonna start to have their opinions instilled in you. But if you're not in the right headspace and you're feeling like there's a lot of negativity taking over, I'm sure that they love you and they're not trying to be pessimistic about the situation. I know exactly what it's like to have family who likes to listen to the news. I need to focus on what's gonna help me and how to drown out the outside noise and how can I go. What's up, my friends? It's Eden Gold here, and this video is going to be for you if you are looking for some tips as to what to do if you are surrounded by an environment that is not working for you in your best interest. What do I mean by this? Do you have family members who are always watching the news and they're always feeding you with negativity about everything that's going on in the world? Is the environment that you're in, the people that you're surrounded by, not helping you live out your fullest potential with the resources that you have available? Or are you feeling down because of the words that you're hearing, the voices that you're hearing, and everything that is going on in the world? Well, this video is for you if you want these 3 tips that I'm going to share with you as to what to do if your environment is not a good environment to really take advantage of all the self-development that's happening right now. There's so much to learn and so much growing to do, but if you're not in the right mind frame to do that and you're not surrounded by people who are going to help you fulfill that during this time, then you're in a bit of a pickle. And I know a lot of you are probably on Instagram, are probably online, seeing so many people saying, start new skills, do new things, blah, 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 invest in this, take on a new project, start a business, or whatever it is. But if you're not in the right headspace and you're feeling like there's a lot of negativity taking over, then it's probably pretty hard to do that, right? So let's get straight into what you can do if you're in this position, you're trying, you want to, but you just can't. So you may have heard this quote before where it's something along the lines of, you are just like, or you become like, already butchering this video, huh? Good job, Eden. Go me. You are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, okay? So a lot of us are stuck at home, and if you're not in an environment that supports that and that is supporting you on your self-development journey, on your growth journey, confidence journey, then you can see where the problem is, and that you're gonna start to have their opinions instilled in you and the things that they think, believe, the conclusions they draw about this whole pandemic going on is gonna start to instill in you. So if you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with, then you need to change the circle that you're surrounding yourself with. Now, obviously you're stuck at your house, but there's ways to get around this. And by that, I mean be a part of an online community that supports you, that are all working on self-development, right? Try not to compare yourself to other people who are starting new trends, starting new habits, becoming their best self if they're making you feel insecure about yourself, but surround yourself with positive energy and like-minded people that can accompany you in feeling your best, right? If you don't have a good situation at home that's making you feel your best, which, you know, is totally fine, and no judgment to your family, your friends, or whatever. I'm sure that they love you and they're not trying to be pessimistic about the situation. But if you're trying to be optimistic and looking towards a brighter future, you need to seek resources online or in other ways that you can. And that can be done with an online community, right? Joining Facebook groups of like-minded individuals or individuals that are into self-development. Following Instagram accounts that inspire you. You know, you probably may have found this video on my Instagram account, which is at @EdenGold_, and I'll leave it below. But on my page, we talk a lot about body image and loving yourself and becoming your best self, building confidence. And if that is something of interest to you, then please join my community. Please reach out to me if you have any questions or just need some guidance. You know, I know exactly what it's like to have family who likes to listen to the news, and sometimes it's hard to not let that get to you and get into your head. So you really have to put your blinders on and find people in a community that works for you. So that's my tip number 1. Let me look through my phones. I have more tips. The next tip I want to share with you is to use your tools. So over the years and me really investing myself in my whole personal growth journey, I have developed a lot of tools that I use when I'm sad, down, depressed, anxious, have anxiety and feeling all those negative feelings that we don't want to stay in. You need some effective tools that are helpful to you and not hurtful to you to pull yourself out of that negative headspace so that whatever pain it is that you're feeling, whatever discomfort that you're feeling, does not manifest into a different form and result into something like, binge eating, maybe just drinking, maybe you're being mean to people, whatever it is that it might manifest for you. You can stop that if you have some positive tools. And when it comes to tools, yes, I have developed a lot and I'm very self-aware of the fact that I have a lot of tools, but I understand that you guys might not be aware of the tools that you have. But I want to challenge that idea and say that there are a lot of tools that you have developed over the years to make yourself feel better. And I'm talking healthy tools, okay? Healthy tools that are going to help you. We all have tools inside of us that we have used to pull us out of a place of sadness or sorrow. And I really want you to think inwardly here and extract those tools that you have used in the past and see how they might benefit you in the future, right? Working out, talk therapy, talking, walking, listening to music, journaling, meditation of some form, a yoga flow, a yoga practice, whatever that might be for you. Look inwardly and think to yourself, what have I done for myself to feel better? And then you can really use those in your future. But if you're not really in that space where you can think about what those are, or you're just not aware of what they might be, then I want to give you a couple. So you can start to develop your own toolbox and you can start to find out what works for you and use it for not just this pandemic, but everything coming after that, right? So the first one would be to find your online community and find people who can really support you during this time. The second one would be anything like I just mentioned, yoga, working out, meditation. You have to find a flow that works for you. And one thing I want everybody to keep in mind is that everything that you try, every habit that you try to create is always going to be the hardest in the beginning. And in the beginning is when you have to make a conscious effort every single day to try it until it becomes a part of your regular routine. So keep those in mind. And I have one more tip for you guys. Okay. So again, the example being if you have family members who are just feeding you with negative news, the people in your life are just downers, negative, and it's not helping you reach your highest potential during this time, what you can do is listen to what they have to say, listen to the news, listen to their opinions, take them with a grain of salt. However you get your information, sure, get that information and then take what you know and come to your own collective opinion. Right? Ever since I've been on my journey, I've always learned to question everything. So whatever people say to you, whatever they feed you, whatever information that you hear, take it with a grain of salt, question it, form your own opinions rather than letting the opinions of others take over what you know to be true in your heart and what feels right to you. Obviously there's a lot to be scared about. Obviously there's a lot to be fearful of. But if we let the opinions of others and everything bad that's going on in the world take over us and put us in a pessimistic mind frame to where we can't grow and develop, then you're going to be living in a pity party and you're going to be living in a poor me mind frame, right? So those are the things that I would say to you right now, things that you can apply to your life immediately. You really have to look inwardly and think, what are some tools that I can use that are going to benefit me during this time? How can I put my blinders on? Because yes, I love my family, but I need to focus on what's going to help me and how to drown out the outside noise, and how can I go on to put myself in a better mind frame to become my best self, because we can't always just start habits when we're not mentally in a space to, right? So you need to look out for yourself. You need to take care of yourself. Again, you can go to my Instagram page at EdenGold_ if you want daily tips, tricks. You can also go to my Instagram page at the.foreverstudent, where millennials and Gen Zs have a voice, mental health awareness, student tips for people who are in school and maybe hurting now that they're going to be missing graduation and other events and stuff like that. And with that being said, I hope this helped you even a little bit. If it did, please let me know down below what value you got from it so I know moving forward. Subscribe to my channel. It helps me in the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.